Our fellow traders, well, there's another week in the books, and we came out not the way I wanted to, especially after last week. Last week was a really strong week, but this week we kind of limped into the end of the week. But it's all good. Not all of them are going to be great, and that kind of leads me into this quote I have up here from Theodore Roosevelt that says, "Comparison is the thief of joy." Hikers on the Appalachian Trail have this motto, hike your own hike. And that's to resist the urge to compare yourself with how many miles you cover in a day versus other hikers that are doing the same thing. But the urge to make these comparisons is really strong. And it starts in school. Believe it or not, it starts in school. How are we compared in school? We're graded. We're compared against a norm. When we take standardized tests, we're compared against the so-called norm. So we grow up and we start early, thinking that, hey, we need to match these people. So we're going to compare ourselves. I'm going, to this group or that group. And even in sports, some of the best teams in sports, other teams compare themselves or they rate themselves based on how close they are, to this other team. And in reality, those teams that aren't as talented, that don't have all of the raw talent that the other teams have, instead of comparing themselves to them, what they do is they look at their own strengths. They look at these other guys' weaknesses and they try to exploit that using their own strengths. Those are the teams that create upsets. Those are the ones that create a path for themselves. And I was thinking about this as I was eating lunch and we were watching a replay of the Gamecocks and the Georgia Bulldogs last year. And I thought about it, and I thought about a lot of the games I've been watching lately because I'm getting ready, gearing myself up for football season. And I realized whenever we do good, it's because we focus on our strengths. And we're not comparing ourselves to other teams. And we have to do that in trading. The hike your own hike and this quote by Teddy Roosevelt, comparison is a thief of joy. It tells you making comparisons, and if you don't do it the right way, can be harmful, and it can take away our happiness. How many of us, if we're making $200 a week and somebody comes up and says, well, damn, I'm making $2,000 a week and I got the same account you got, I'm trading with the same people you trading with, or I'm over here, you need to come over here and join me and you can start making $2,000 a week. That is where we start to go south with this comparison. We don't take time to compare apples to apples. And whenever we start looking at somebody else and you're like, man, how are they doing that? You need to know how to ask the right questions and make sure that you're comparing, apples to apples. One of the big factors in comparisons is the fear of missing out, in the sense that others have it better than we do. It's like we worry about how big somebody's account is. We worry about how do they find their stocks to trade and all of this stuff, comparing it to us, but we're doing it the wrong way. All right. We have to make sure that if we're going to compare ourselves and we want to look at what we do to see if it stacks up, we have to make sure that we compare ourselves to someone that actually is doing what we want to do, and that they're not just a theorist. And we talked about that earlier this week, that they actually are doing it. They're living it. And we can compare ourselves to that. But this could be life-changing. If we compare ourselves to others and we're doing it the wrong way, we could be left with feelings of inferiority or worse, superiority. And neither creates a healthy emotional state, especially in trading. Because too often, if you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter. For always there will be a greater and lesser person than you yourself. And as we mature in trading, hopefully we will start to learn and understand that comparing ourselves to others every day is not the way to do it. All right, it's not. So I know we grew up and we had to grade ourselves based on other people and what other people have accomplished in a certain amount of time. That's BS. Everybody here should be on their own timetable, their own timeline. And when you get it, that's when you get it. But if you try to force it, just like forcing a trade, you end up losing out. And I'm going to close it with a quote from Albert Einstein. He said it best when he said, everybody is a genius. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it's stupid and that it's not, it doesn't have the ability to succeed in life. So just think about that. All right, let's look at the SPY here. We've been looking at it. I thought we were going to tap the top here. We tried to early, but we just couldn't break through. You can see we were in a distribution phase for most of the week. We kind of cracked out of that a little bit. But again, today, another flat day. It's about 15-20 minutes before the bell. And I don't think the market's going to do anything to change what we see here. But we're still holding up. We're above the 5-day moving average. Look at the 20-day is creeping up. All the moving averages are either inching up or creeping up. Now the 5-day has kind of flattened a little bit, but it could quickly turn around if we come out of the gate Monday on fire. Now, I doubt after we close today that we're going to run up. It's possible, but I doubt it. I think we're going to kind of stay where we are. Most of the stocks went into their channels at right before 11, and they pretty much stayed there. The ones that's tried to break out failed. And that's why I said the best time to trade is the first hour and a half of the day. Shut it down. You can come back after lunch. If we have some volatility in the market, and if this wasn't a Friday, there might have been some opportunities. But this is. And, Friday we don't get any earnings reported out the market. So there's usually nothing going on after 11, 12 o'clock. But I know some of you guys can't trade the morning. You have to trade the afternoon. there is a way to trade it. And that's what I try to show you guys. The afternoon, it's even more important that you don't just sit there and watch the charts, because it moves so slow, it can hypnotize you, and you can start seeing stuff that's not there. And you start taking trades that look one way, but when you look at it at night, when you do your reflection, you're like, how in the hell did I do that? It's because you were sitting there and you let the chart hypnotize you. So there is a way to make money. There's a way to make money trading earnings after market. Okay, but you got to be patient. I try to teach you guys that. So you have the opportunity to trade these simple strategies that I teach you all day. You just have to be patient and wait for the openings. And when you do, you make decent money. So let's just take kind of be patient here on Monday. See where we open up. I'll know Sunday evening around 8 o'clock where the market opens up. And I'll watch it up until I go to bed just to see what it's doing. It gives me an idea of what's going to happen on Monday. But, we'll see. This week has been, the close to this week has been pretty good. Looks like we're trying to get out of that distribution cycle that we've been in. And we'll be ready to take some trades here. Okay, yesterday, I did cover this yesterday. I'm showing you this because I traded this stock today. We got Airbnb on earnings. We let it report earnings. Once we broke the low, the low of the earning candle, we get short. And it did, kind of fool around a little bit. But this is definitely a bullish setup. And we just sit back and waited for it to work its way down. Got our first target and it just flatlined after that. This is typically what you see with stocks every day in the market. We trade it. It has the first hour to hour and a half volatile. We get to make some trades. And then it flatlines after lunch. And it pretty much stays that way most of the day. The rest of the day. That's what we saw here. So really nice trade on that. So today, I'm looking at this again. Okay, I waited. I didn't run and chase it at the open. I waited for it to come around. Once we broke out over the pre-market high and I got it over the linear regression channel, I got a piece, and of course it sold back off, and but it didn't confirm. It kind of held. I was close to taking this off. I was close to stopping out, but right when I was getting ready to do that, this thing started recovering again, and it looked pretty good. It kind of, I can't say that it consolidated, but it wasn't gearing up. And finally, we started to take off. I ended up able to take profit at 3 points. I was about 5-10 cents away from it hitting my target up there. But it was only 25 shares, so it was worth a shot of me letting it stay and recuperate, and I could have added to it and let it keep going. I was looking at a target of 155, but just didn't quite make it through this daily level here. And that was that. One trade today. Solid move. Just had to be patient. Most of the stocks I was watching just really didn't do much. And if they broke out, they didn't break out by much or break down by much. So it was a matter of being patient getting in, taking what the market gives us, and don't start making silly trades, risking it and letting the market take it back from you. So that was kind of the focus of the day. So we ended up the day 401.98. Really nice way to end the week. I wish I could have gotten another trade, made a couple $100 more bucks. But today is Friday. Not much happening. This is the second Friday of the month. So practically dead. So where that put us this week, not as strong as last week. We almost hit $3,000 last week. The market distribution cycle did start Friday. You go back and look at the SPY chart, look at the candlestick. Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We were in that kind of market distribution phase. Now Monday was a really good trade opportunity. But Tuesday and Wednesday, I got caught in that distribution, being a little bit too aggressive, and paid the price for it. But taking it slow, came back, we ended up making profit on the week. And again, I'm not comparing week to week. Each week is a different set of circumstances, different scenarios. The only thing I need to do, compare myself to from week to week, is how consistent I was in executing the strategies. That's where the money comes from, being consistent with executing your edge in the market every day. And some weeks are going to be really good, some weeks are going to be really bad. All right, so we take the good with the bad. It's green, and I'm adding to the bottom line. I can't be upset with that. And so looking at the equity curve, the move up did slow down a little bit. Of course, we only picked up just over $700 last week. But we're still heading in the right direction, and that's what matters. So you guys have a great rest of the day. Enjoy your weekend. Doesn't matter if you lost money, if you made money. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the opportunity, the fact that we had an opportunity to pursue this dream and to pursue the goals that we have for ourselves with our trading. Because there are some places that don't even have it. So cherish it and enjoy it. And I'll catch you. Some of you guys I'll talk to on Sunday. The rest of you I will catch Monday morning. All right, nice. Did it in one take. Y'all didn't have to hear me start over again. Awesome. You're welcome.
So I am at a cemetery. I don't want to give the location of where I'm at. I'm in Las Vegas. I don't want to disparage the cemetery because sometimes we all make mistakes. And I see something very disturbing. I don't know what the problem is, and I don't know what happened here. But I was walking, and I seen this. There obviously is some kind of a problem with their drainage system, but it appears to be blood mixed with embalming fluid, and it's dripping all down the wall of the mausoleum. I was going to call the office, and I probably will Monday, because they should come and clean this up. This is not cool. I would hate for a loved one to come and have to see this. So I don't know if it...
You're welcome.